Welcome to TeaLimePie, the podcast where I, a totally reasonable human being, read spooky Reddit stories with my co-host, Coffee Ghostea, who believes in ghosts and the paranormal. Each week, we take turns reading creepy tales from the internet and break them down, one of us with logic and the other with love of all things spooky. Is any of it real? Probably not. But hey, if your lights start flickering while you're listening, it's definitely a coincidence, right?
Definitely.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Happy Halloween!
It's spooky time! The best time!
This is our season.
Heck yeah, dude.
What we live for.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be doing something the best. We're going to be doing something really different this time.
Yeah.
We're not reading Reddit, like experience stories or like things that like people are claiming are true or whatever. We're trying to scare each other. That's what this episode and the next episode will be about. We both have picked a few very long stories. So this is going to be a couple of very long episodes. Mm-hmm. And at the end of them, you guys get to vote who won. Who picked the scariest or most interesting story?
Yeah. And there'll be a special extra episode next week for Halloween week. So this will be a two-parter situation. So look out for that.
Our Halloween gift to you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And we have some maybe scary movie recommendations if you want to watch something on Halloween. Mm-hmm. Share some of our favorite movies at the end as well. Yeah. And feel free to share your own too. Like, I love hearing about different horror thriller movies I've never heard of to watch on Halloween. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. These are gonna be great. I'm excited. So, full disclosure, I skimmed through my story. Mm-hmm. Ghostea has read hers. Yeah. All the ones that she's gonna read. But I'm lazy. And I'm like, good enough. But it was awarded most immersive story in 2020, so.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghostea's gonna start us off. What are you reading? Surprise!
Liquid. What? Mine is called There's Someone in the Vent Talking to My Son, and it says, I'm not his real father. This is from Salty Astronaut 77 on our creepypasta. Love some creepypastas. Mm-hmm. We moved into this house 3 months ago, a modest 2-story place in a quiet New Hampshire town. Trees out front, a backyard just big enough for Ethan to run around in. And it even had one of those old metal air vents in the upstairs hallway. Square, waist height, probably from the 50s, when the central air kicked in and made a soft hum. It was charming in that way old things are when you haven't lived with them in a long time. Ethan, my son, is 5 years old. He loves dinosaurs, hates carrots, and has one of those hyperactive imaginations you laugh about with friends until it stops being funny. About a week after we moved in, he started kneeling near the air vent. At first, I figured he was just feeling the breeze on his face, but something I used to do as a kid, but after a while I'd catch him whispering, or worse, just listening. So, footnote, I picked this one because this was Alec as a kid at his uncle's house.
Really?
Yeah, he'd be at his uncle's house and his grandpa would be babysitting him and his cousin there. And he'd supposed to be in the room taking a nap and he'd be up like talking to the vent and his grandpa would come in and be like, who are you talking to, bud? It's like, the little boy in the vent.
No.
Yeah. Like,
That's
I have to
crazy.
pick this one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have him on to tell his story at some point.
Yes. That would be awesome. Tell me your ghost stories.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, I said one time, kneeling beside him. What are you doing? I'm talking to the Whisper Man, he said, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. Chills. Who's that? He lives in the vent. He tells jokes. He's funny. That night, I laughed it off with my wife, Emily. We figured he was just adjusting to the new place, maybe a little lonely, making imaginary friends. But a week later, I heard him again. Late at night, around 2 a.m., I opened his bedroom door and found him sitting in the dark hallway, back to the vent, whispering, listening, whispering again. Ethan, I said too loud in the silence. He flinched like I'd caught him stealing. Bedtime, champ, it's really late. He nodded and stood without a word. I watched him shuffle back to bed and crawl under the blanket. Just as I turned to leave, he said, he doesn't like you. I froze. Who? The Whisper Man. He said your voice is all wrong. My skin crawled. I didn't respond, just closed the door and went straight to our bedroom where I lay awake most of the night. Things got worse the next week. Ethan's personality started to shift. Not in some huge dramatic way, just subtly. He began asking strange questions. Do people still scream when you cut their eyelids off? What color is blood when it gets cold? I scolded him, of course, but he just shrugged, like I was the weird one. At dinner, he once asked Emily if she thought her skin would come off in one big piece or little tiny pieces. She laughed nervously. I didn't. Then came the drawing.
The child's a psycho!
Then came the drawing. He left it on the fridge, stuck under a smiling cow magnet, a crayon sketch.
Okay, hold on.
What?
He put his own drawing on the fridge?
Maybe.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the best I've ever done.
This is going on the fridge.
My parents don't get to decide this is a masterpiece.
This is my
It
fridge
belongs
now.
on the fridge.
My fridge now. A crayon sketch of 3 people, a woman, a boy, and a tall, faceless man standing in front of a big square, the vent. He had written family above them. There was no dad.
Oh.
A few days after the drawing, I confronted Ethan about the Whisper Man. So who is he really? I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. Someone from TV? He looked up at me and I swear to God his eyes looked darker. Not the color, just darker. He told me I'm not allowed to say his name, he said. He said your brain would start bleeding. Okay, buddy, that's enough. He said you don't belong here. I crouched down. Listen to me. There's no one in the vent. It's just an old metal and air. It's not real. He leaned in close enough that I could smell something sour on his breath. He told me you're not my real dad. I blinked. What?
Oh.
He said he took the real one last month. You're just wearing him. I swear, I swear my blood turned into fire in my veins. I grabbed his small shoulders tighter than I should have. Don't say things like that. He stared at me, unblinking. I want my real dad back. That night, I searched the entire house, the attic, the crawl space. I even unscrewed the vent cover and shined a flashlight inside. Nothing, just dust, dead spiders, and old cobwebs. But when I leaned in, really leaned in, I swear I heard something. Not a voice, a rhythm, like wet breathing. I pulled back and shut the cover. Emily left last weekend, not permanently, but she took Ethan to her parents' place for a break. She said I was scaring him, said I was acting paranoid, distant, that Ethan had bruises on his arms. I've never laid a hand on him, not once, but I did grab him that one time, too hard, after what he said. I tried to explain. But when I said the word whisperer, she froze, looked at me like I'd grown a second head. She said Ethan told her the whisper man only talks to him because daddy's meat is too old to hear properly. The hell does that mean? She left with tears in her eyes, said we needed space and that I should talk to someone. Now it's just me in the house and the vent. Last night I was brushing my teeth when I heard it. Not whispers, laughter, children's laughter coming from the hallway vent. I shut off the water and froze. It went on for 5, maybe 10 seconds, then silence. I stepped into the hallway barefoot on cold wood. The vent was open. The screws were scattered on the floor. I didn't remove them. Inside the vent, carved into the metal, was something sharp, was a message. You're using it wrong. I dropped to my knees. I don't know how long I sat there. Today, Ethan came home. I know, the toothbrush. I have no idea. His new body, maybe? Today, Ethan came home. Emily had to grab a few things, so she left him with me for a few hours. Against her better judgment. He wouldn't look me in the eye, just sat on the living room floor drawing. Eventually, I sat next to him. What are you drawing, buddy? He showed me. It was a picture of me, only my face was peeling off like a mask, revealing something pale and boneless underneath. A white shape with no eyes and too many fingers. He had written one word beneath it, pretender. He looked at me and whispered, he said you're going to remember soon. It was an hour ago. He's dozing upstairs now, but here's the thing. Here's the part that keeps hammering in my skull like a loose tooth. I don't remember last month. Not completely, not clearly. I remember driving home from work one day and then nothing. And then it's just me in this house, helping Emily unpack, taking Ethan to the park. There's the gap. A tear in the film reel, and sometimes I wake up already standing. Once, I found dirt in my mouth. Another time, blood under my fingernails. Just a little, not enough to matter. Until today, I found something behind the water heater in the basement. Something wrapped in plastic, rotting. I only unwrapped enough to see the mouth. It was mine, my real mouth, my real face, the one I'm not wearing anymore. I'm not writing this to ask for help. I'm writing this because I think the Whisper Man is real. I think Ethan is the only one who can hear him because he's pure, untouched. I think the thing in the vent got me, put me on like a Halloween costume and is still trying to settle in properly. But I'm waking up too much, fighting back. Maybe that's why it's slipping, why I found the body, why Ethan keeps drawing things he shouldn't know. I hear it now, the laughter. I think it knows I remember. I think it's coming to finish the job. If you find this message, check your vents, and for the love of God, don't listen if something whispers back.
I sit under a vent like air ducts.
Don't listen to the Whisper Man.
That's crazy. That was good.
Yeah, it's spooky. I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, right? It's kind of creepy that Alec used to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe the Whisper Man is real.
Maybe he is. Yeah, his uncle's house is kind of creepy. The basement's got some bad juju.
Apparently, dang. Does he still live there?
Yeah, they still live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they so he hunts, so they have guns and stuff, and when his daughter was little, his wife at the time really wanted him to like lock everything up so she couldn't get to them, understandably. Mm-hmm. But the little closet in the basement that he put them in, he like padlocked it, chained it, everything, and it would still somehow when they'd go down there be open, and she kept getting pissed. Like, you cannot forget to lock it for your kid. And he's like, it opened itself still. Like, it just kept opening itself even with everything on it. Creepy shit like that.
Okay, I don't believe things like that. I'm sorry, you lost me. I totally remember to log. It was definitely a ghost that opened it all on its own. I don't know how it happened. You had me, you lost me.
Well, whatever.
All right. That was story number 1.
Okay, real quick though, on a scale of 1 to 10, how creepy was that for you?
It was pretty creepy. I kind of like when I listen to things, I picture it in my head, right? It's like a reel that goes in my head. So like, yeah, it was pretty creepy.
All right. Starting off good then.
Yeah. So, the one I will be reading is actually a series. It's a series of 3 stories. So we're gonna have a to be continued. Like I said, I haven't read the whole thing, but it was voted most immersive story of 2020. This is posted by New to Town Jam on our No Sleep. The previous tenant of my new flat left a survival guide. I'm not sure I want to live here anymore. I moved in with my boyfriend yesterday. We've been together for 5 years now, and we're old and wise enough to settle down and finally leave our parents' houses. He just turned 24 and I'm 22. That is not old and wise, kids.
No.
Second sentence in. They lost me.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Why is it? Oh my god. Think back to how
I'm not gonna say
I was.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
Oof, that's a few people ago at this point in my life.
It's few people. Okay, he's the love of my life. His name is Jamie, and I couldn't be happier to be living with him. When we decided to make the leap, we spent 2 months looking for flats and houses. We couldn't afford to buy yet, so we're renting, our only option, but the prices were astronomical. For our budget, we would have been lucky to get a box room and a stove.
Been there.
Yeah, right? Jamie works for a local 24-hour fast food restaurant, and I'm training to be a teacher. The early stages of training don't pay much, and I owe a lot of student loans, so finances are tough. We'd almost given up hope until we found our flat. It was nothing special, but to us, it was a palace. A spacious 2-bedroom apartment with views of the city park, a balcony, and local conveniences. It was in a tower block in a not-so-nice area, but neither of us had been wealthy growing up, so we weren't fussy. Just grateful to be together. The advert was sweetened by the deposit-free option and open-end tenancy. The landlord was happy to sign a 5-year contract if we wanted. The sort of thing never happens in the city. We were told that along with no deposit, we would also have no inspections, but we would be liable to pay for any damages when we ended the tenancy. I'd never heard of anything quite like it.
If I lived somewhere and they're like, yeah, you can sign a 5-year lease, I'd be like, why do you want to hold me hostage?
I'd have some questions.
For 5 years? Like, what do you not want me to know before I actually live here?
Exactly. I would... When I read that, I was like, oh, cool, so they can have, like, a short lease.
Yeah. No. Extra long lease.
5 years?
No. heckin' way, dude.
We knew that for our budget and location, we weren't going to get any better. We snapped the place up fast, but not even bothering to view it. It felt like our only chance. I have been this desperate to get an apartment before, though. Like, just saying yes. Don't do this, kids.
No, do not. Definitely at least tour it once. Mm-hmm. Stop putting there, at least.
Turn on the faucets.
Yeah.
If there's one piece of advice I can give you is turn on the faucets.
Yep, for sure.
Moving day rolled around quickly, and yesterday we got the keys to our first home together. It was such a strange feeling. The day was chaos, getting our stuff in and up the lift. We were flat number 42 on the 7th floor. The items we couldn't get in the lift had to be taken up all the stairs by the removal men. I'm assuming that's moving people. Anyway.
Sounds so much more official.
Yeah. I think they were grateful we weren't any higher, but I still wish we had been able to give them a better tip. In the evening, we settled down in our secondhand sofa, given to us by a cousin of a friend, and watched some TV. We smoked cigarettes on the balcony, looking at the park, and fell asleep on our mattress on the floor super early because we had no energy to put the bed together yet, and Jamie had to work at a hideous time in the morning. We slept soundly last night. I felt safe and happy. I don't think that feeling is coming back anytime soon. And it's all due to the note I found this morning. I found it in the kitchen, having a coffee hours after Jamie had left for his early shift at work. It was in one of the cupboards that were fixed to the wall. There were a bunch of useful items from the previous tenant. Spare keys to the flat, a set of tiny keys that locked and unlocked the windows, necessary for those kids this high up, a spare smoke alarm, batteries, and a folded up piece of paper. The note was handwritten with "New occupier of flat 42" in beautiful cursive on the blank side. I opened it up and sat down to read. I can't really describe to you, so I'm going to copy it below. Dear new occupier, firstly, welcome to your new home. I lived here before you for 35 years with my husband. Unfortunately, we had an incident at home recently that I'd rather not discuss that claimed his life. My sister has now decided I can't keep up with the demands of the property and has insisted that I move in with her and her husband. I was reluctant at first, but the stairs do kill me at my age, and without Bernie, it's filled with sadness. Anyway, I know, right? When you've lived somewhere for as long as I have, it feels like a person that you know. You understand its personality and what makes it tick. I thought it was probably pertinent that I impart some of the knowledge onto you. It's a wonderful home, honestly. I've lived through the best and worst years. Leaving it behind is very emotional. But if you are to survive and get the best out of it, then there are some steps you will need to follow. 1. The landlord will never bother you. He doesn't visit, call, or communicate in any way. But make sure to pay your rent in timely fashion always. I have only dealt with him once in 35 years, and let's just say I never missed another rent day. And repairs require you to speak to the agent you rented the place with. 2. Do not use the commercial lift between 1:11 and 1:33 a.m. Just don't do it. This step is vital if you're going to have a happy life here. It really is life or death. Don't do it. This has cost me and many others in the building greatly, and I would rather not elaborate on why you shouldn't do this. Just please don't do it. I cannot stress this enough.
I would just never use the elevator.
Yeah, right?
If I heard that,
like, what happens at 1 o'clock in the morning? Does it just crash?
Yeah, like, you know, it's not 1 a.m., but I'm just not gonna use it anyway.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't need it.
Mabel agrees.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah,
3. When you hear the strange animal noises coming from flat 48, don't question it.
What kind of animal are we talking about here?
Mr. Prentice lives there, and he's a lovely chap. Don't be afraid to say hello to him in the corridor or on the stairs. He's old school, so he'll never risk the lift. Oh, right, okay. But whatever you do, don't check on him when you hear the noises. What is Mr. Prentice doing to those animals?
Or he's just making weird noises. He's the one making the noises.
Yeah. I'm just picturing him on like a what's the sex hotline or something.
Definitely, it's a whole thing. No. He's got an outfit and everything. Oh my gosh.
You'll know when you hear them.
You'll know. It's so funny.
4. If you ever come across a window cleaner on the balcony, ignore him.
Oh.
He may seem like the nicest fellow you've ever had trying to sell you something at the door, but it really is best that you don't engage. He will go away if you ignore him.
What?
Most people would.
Yeah. Once he's done with his job, he should leave.
Or like imagine you open to a door-to-door salesman and you just stare at them. Like, you don't say anything, you don't engage, you just... I feel like most people eventually would just be like, okay, bye.
I'm gonna do that next time, like a neighbor or something. I'll open the door and just dead face. Not even say hello.
Engage, just stand there.
Nothing.
Like, don't even close the door. Just stand there.
Exactly. I'll just like smudge some food on my face real quick to make it look even weirder.
Has to be mustard so they can't tell if it's food or if you're diseased. Oh god, I don't even know where I am. He will go away if you ignore him. But he tries pretty hard the first few times, so you'll need some resilience.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't offer him anything. No money, no hot drink.
Those are two very different offerings. Don't pay him and don't give him a hot cocoa.
He's actually a gremlin. 5. Don't leave food scraps out. Bin or refrigerate them immediately.
That's just good life advice.
Yeah. If you have small animals, it's imperative that you watch them eat and take away any leftover food immediately after they're done. This and rule 2 go hand in hand. Wait, what was rule 2?
The lift. Wait, what does food and the lift have in common?
Yeah. The things forage all day and seem to really love animal feed. You don't want them in your flat, I promise. You can leave what you want out between 1 and 3:33 a.m. So you may want to feed your pets then.
Okay. Getting interesting.
Yeah. 6. Don't communicate with any neighbors who claim to come from flats 65 to 72. These flats suffered a fire in the late 80s that devastated the whole floor. All these residents died in their homes. The building was mostly council-owned at the time, and they never bothered to renovate the flats. They have been empty ever since, but every now and again, someone will knock at your door claiming to live in one of these flats and ask to borrow some sugar. They will seem entirely average, and you must shut and lock the door immediately. I installed 2 extra security bolts to avoid these fuckers. Isn't this woman like 80? Like she's moving into an old age home?
Yeah. Oh wait, she doesn't read the next sentence.
I don't like to swear at my age. They really are fuckers. Fair enough.
And make an exception for these people in particular.
Oh man.
That's amazing.
7. Simple one for you here. Keep a weapon in each room.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
Sometimes you follow all of these steps and something still slips through the net. Better to be safe than sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, this seems like a great place to live.
Yeah.
The building 8. The building has a committee that will try and get you to join. It is one of those neighbor groups about improving living conditions for all residents. It's a nice group, and the lady who runs it, Terry from flat 26, is a fantastic neighbor. By all means, get involved, but I wouldn't recommend babysitting Terry's 2 children. She'll ask you because the poor woman needs a break. But if you accept, don't say I didn't warn you.
I love this lady.
Yeah. 9. Stray hairless cats sometimes roam in the hallway. I love hairless cats, by the way. You can dress them up in little sweaters and they won't even get mad about it because they're cold.
Won't get mad about it.
I know they're supposedly a special, expensive breed, but they don't belong to anyone. They're mostly harmless, but don't pick them up. Not unless you want to see one of those neighbors that claims to live in 65 to 72.
Oh.
Then grab the cat and lock it inside with you. It'll burn your skin a little, but the cats are friendly, and I wouldn't want to see them hurt.
What? Ghost demon cats, I guess.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. There's no way to fix the damp patch on the ceiling in the bedroom. Sometimes it will turn a deep crimson and look quite concerning. But please, do not be alarmed. It doesn't drip. It doesn't get any bigger than it's been there for longer than I have. The landlord won't budge on it, according to the agents. I flagged it many times, even called the police the first night it changed color, but it was a waste of time, and it will be there for you too. It's best to ignore it.
Okay. Do I put like a bucket under it? Well, she said it doesn't drip. Never mind.
It doesn't drip, yeah.
Put like
11.
a nice poster over it, so then you don't have to look at it. You'll never even know.
Your favorite celebrity crush, so you can wake up to them in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
11. You can trust the postman. His name is Ian Flanders, and he's been postman since before I moved in. He has his own key to the main door and delivers post to the door every morning at 8:54. I can't include everything here, or it would become a novel, but if you have any questions, Ian will help you. 12. Finally, the first few weeks are the worst. You'll feel like you've made a mistake. I'm sure reading this you already do. But if you get through the first few weeks, it really is a lovely place, a lovely block to live in. Every property has its quirks, and this is a little extra special. But you can be truly happy here if you take my advice. I wish you all the best, I really do. Yours truly, Miss Prudence Hemmings. I don't really know what to think after reading the note. Hopefully, it was some sort of joke, but the agent had said that the previous tenant was an elderly lady, and I can't see anyone named Prudence Hemmings attempting to play a practical joke on someone they've never met.
So she wants you to think.
Yeah. There were also parts of the note that I couldn't disprove. There was indeed a large damp patch above the bed that me and Jamie had already discussed reporting. No crimson, but it definitely existed. I had also commented on a beautiful Sphinx cat roaming the halls when we moved in. I started to get seriously freaked out. Our dream, our beautiful little home, had just become a source of fear and confusion. I checked the time and it was 9:14. Damn it, out of time to catch the postman Ian. When I opened the door to check, sure enough, 2 letters addressed to Miss Hemmings sat on the doorstep. At about 11:15, my worst fears were truly confirmed when a friendly, middle-aged looking man carrying window cleaning equipment knocked on the balcony door.
Oh no.
I ignored him. I didn't want to take the risk until I had spoken to Jamie and showed him the note. I texted him already to rush home. I felt bad as the man rapped his knuckles against the door for over 10 minutes. But honestly, the longer it went on, the more I was terrified. Well, yeah.
I just locked myself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Go away.
My windows were sparkling, and due to our lack of curtains, I couldn't even hide from his gaze. I felt so exposed. He stayed for a total of 30 minutes exactly, and never once did he stop looking at me or knocking. He shouted the occasional ultra-friendly line or humble request for a beverage in the heat. But through the door, but I did my best to avoid eye contact. When he finally left, I looked outside every window in the flat, but I couldn't see him on any other balconies or see any equipment suggesting he was around. He had just vanished completely. Jamie still hadn't texted me back. He must have been having a rough shift. It was a Friday and they were always busy. It wasn't often that he didn't reply. He was due home in around an hour anyway. I read the note probably hundreds of times over. I tortured myself reading it for the next hour, desperately waiting for Jamie to come home through the door to tell me that it was all crazy and I should relax. I hoped for that much too. But Jamie never came. His shift should have finished around midday, but by 2 p.m., he still wasn't home. I panicked, I cried, I left over 100 voicemails on his phone, but got nowhere. I finally decided it had been long enough that calling his work wouldn't embarrass him or his boss. And his boss told me that he had never turned up for his shift. Oh. I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
I thought about it. What could have happened? And then it hit me. Jamie's shift started at 4 a.m. today. He would have left the flat at 3:15 and taken the lift down the stairs. Oh, I just got goosebumps! I don't know what to do. I've tried to convince myself it's all just a big joke. Maybe Jamie wrote the note and got his boss in on it. A voice in my head kept telling me that he couldn't write like that, and if he tried, but I had to attempt to fool myself. It's getting late, and he still isn't home. What if it's all true? I think I made a big mistake.
Oh my god.
I can't wait for number 2.
Yeah. Oh my god. If he had left
That is good.
20 minutes late,
Yeah.
he would have been fine. Oh no.
I am
he
so
did.
into this story. Oh, he's so dead.
He's so dead. Do you think he's gonna turn into like one of the, like another person that randomly knocks on the door and she thinks it's him and lets him in, but it's not him?
like the people who say they're from
Yeah.
62 to 70 something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Ooh.
We'll find out in the next episode.
I guess. Oh my gosh. Right. Before we head off for the day, I have one extra little short one that I find amusing. There it is. It's called The Closet by Successful Gap 3201. Which they said if the post reaches over 50 likes, they'll make a part 2. So they still haven't gotten there yet, but I would like a part 2 of this because it's really short.
We'll link it. Go like it.
Yeah, and it's on Creepypasta. We'll link it down below with all the other stories. So The Closet. I told her not to clean my closet. I kept a mess on the floor for a reason. Clothes stacked as high as my hips and shoes scattered in various positions. She didn't listen though. My mother had come into my room while I was away and gotten rid of the mess. The dirty garments that once kept me safe were now strung on hangers and neatly folded into piles on my dresser. I slowly back away from the empty void of a closet in front of me. I can see him watching me. I can see the small gleam that the light reflects onto his dark, sunken eyes. His face creeps closer and closer to the opening of the door as my heart skips to an abnormal rhythm. Why couldn't she just leave my closet a mess? Dun,
That's it?
Dun, that's it!
Oh, that's like tell me a scary story in one sentence.
Yeah. I'm like, when I read that, I'm like, this is gonna be my future justification for not putting my laundry away.
I wonder what was stopping said Spectre from.
Maybe it like
why clothing? Does it not like? Is it a naked ghost?
maybe, or it just like can come out of open spaces, so keeping like stuff on it can't like come out, like putting something over a trapdoor or something. I don't know, but crazy. Yeah. Ugh.
That's good.
Could be laundry demon.
Well, if tonight's stories didn't convince you that ghosts are real, congratulations, you're still sane.
I didn't pull it up fast enough. I'm like, where did it go?
There's gonna be some editing in this episode.
Do it again. I'm ready.
Well, if tonight's stories didn't convince you ghosts are real, congratulations, you're still sane.
But if your lights start flickering later, don't say we didn't warn you.
If you enjoyed yourself, subscribe, leave a review, and send us your own spooky stories. Believe it or not, we want to hear them. You can find our email in our channel bio or video description down below. Until next time, good night.
Sleep tight.